So the system is running on a server, on a web server, and so we have a web interface here. First of all, I want to show you how it looks like from a user's perspective. So a user would find a list of workflow items here, and there are a lot of filter options. So you can filter for the plant or project, for the name of the workflow item. Then, of course, you would filter for the persons these items are assigned to. We can also have stakeholders that are other people that are informed by email if there is something changed regarding these items. Then we can freely define a workflow type that's available in a drop-down list. And of course, we have a status like new or finished and so on. So here it's just a standard table. You can sort in here, you can filter. So for example, here I've filtered for the items from my colleague Christine. And you can also have a quick preview on these items. So for example, if I click here, it's opening up the screenshot. So it shows me what is the current state of this item. Or down here, it's showing what's going up with this markup. I can also open up these items by clicking on this link. And here we have a standard form to modify these items. So in the workflow system, we have just 5 attributes that have to be set. So we need to have a name for the workflow item. It has to be attached to a plant or project in UPV. It has to be assigned to a person from the drop-down list here. We have to set a workflow type, and there's this field here with stakeholders. So here in this list, I could add people that need to get email notifications if there are changes to this item. All the other properties down here, like status, discipline, and so on, can be modified by the admin. So it's possible to create a template for this area of the form. So you can have additional dates, code list items, notes, and so on. So that's freely defined down here. So what happens when you create these items is that it's always storing the information in this history. So you can see that Christine had started with a little modification. So she did a markup on this PNID drawing. Then an additional markup got added. And then finally, I added this yellow circle. So it's really taking care about the changes. And you can push the button here to download or show the preview of the old stages of this modification. So let's see how this links to UniversalPlantViewer. So I can push the button up here, show 3D model, and it's now connecting to the browser-based viewing. As you can see over here in the tree, usually it would just start with a model tree, but now running in the WorkFlowSystem environment, you see this additional tree, and it's exactly the name we have over here in the name area of our ticket. So I can go to this area and just click the show button over here. So it jumps now to the current state of this markup. So inside of this folder, you can have any type of tree item. So that could be a 3D sketch, a 2D or 3D markup. It could be a photo that you've taken with your mobile phone, GPS coordinates. So all the stuff that is available in the tree, in the drop-down menu here, that's also available in here. So you can use any markup, any drawing, whatever you like, and just put it into this folder so it gets synchronized with the workflow system. Now I can, of course, modify this one. So I can, for example, add an additional green circle over here. And as soon as I press the Save button, as you can see, it's connecting to the workflow system and storing this stage of the markup. So I get it over here, and that's now the current version of it. So basically, it's getting the items from the tree, storing them in the database with a version number, keeping the history there, and it allows you to add these extra properties, additional metadata to these items. So this solves the issue that you might be a user of UniversalPlantViewer. You create a markup like this, and you have to send it at the moment back to the main office using an email. Here it's talking directly to the workflow system, identifying the user, and putting this at the correct position in the database. Basically, that's it from a user perspective. So really easy to handle. So you have some properties here that you need to fill in. So you can write comments, and it's keeping the history of the items down here in this area.